Hi everyone, Leah here from Eureka Crystal Beads with another little video for you. Before I get started, just a quick reminder to go check out the rest of our channel, and if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and notification bell and you'll always know when we're posting new content. So today what I wanted to do is actually sort of a unique video for us. I wanted to do a follow-up video to a video that we posted last week that did, or actually a week before that did phenomenally well. It's actually pretty much the best video that we've ever posted as far as the reaction that we got, and that was for the Swarovski crystal Pavé bracelet, if you remember. And so I wanted to do a follow-up because we got so many comments, many of which were glowing. Thank you so much. You have no idea what it means to me to hear such lovely words said about my teaching style. But we did get a lot of sort of logistical questions about the bracelet, and I wanted to go over some of those for you here in a video so that way they were all in one place. So the first question that we got many times is about the different lengths. So it was the length of the bracelet not including the clasp, the length of the inner portion here. So the shorter bracelet that I did, and it technically does fit me, so it's not an unwearable length. This particular bracelet, the white one, is 6 inches exactly, not including the clasp. Including the clasp, that did add a 1/2 inch, so then it would be 6.5 inches. And the green bracelet I did, which adjusted in length based on the pearls. So in this one here, we had 3 of the 4mm pearls and 5 of the 6mm pearls. We upped that number by 1 in each of those sections on both sides. So that did bump this bracelet to 7.25 inches, not including the clasp, and including the clasp that added another 1/2 inch, and so then that brought us to 7.75 inches. And you can certainly play around with the length in many different ways in this bracelet, so I want to go over a couple of the ways that you can do that. This little intersection here with the length that I made it, and this ends up being 1.5 inches exactly. You can make this section longer or shorter. If you have more crystal lying around and you want to make it longer, you certainly can. And that's one way that you can get more length to this bracelet. Another way is by adding, just like what I did from the transition from the white bracelet to the green bracelet, you can certainly add in more 6mm or more 4mm, or even just more 4mm or just more 6mm. You could also add in additional seed beads in between the pearls, and that's another less expensive way to add some length to the bracelet. You can even just make a little bit of a longer loop here, and that'll add just a little bit more. Or you could not use a toggle, and you could use a lobster claw, and you could make it adjustable by adding an extender to it, which if you make these for gifts, it's actually a really great way to ensure that the gift, the bracelet will fit whoever the recipient is by making it adjustable in some way. That's actually one of the best tips that I can give you for, the holiday gift giving season, for those of you who want to make a lot of your presents for people. So again, if you want to do it just like this was 1.5 inches, 39 crystals. If you wanted to double that and to make it 3 inches, which would still be a stunning bracelet, that would make it 78 crystals. A lot of you also asked the question, believe it or not, which I thought it was such a specific question, but obviously it was something that you guys want to know because more than one person asked about it. The portion of the bracelet where you are starting to do all of this reinforcing and you're going back and forth as you're creating the 3 trees at the top of the pearl, whether it's the very beginning or whether it's when you're doing that second side. Many of you asked, do I have to go all the way back up? Rather than going all the way back up and through that loop and all the way back down, which doesn't seem too bad in a bracelet, but a lot of you did ask about making a necklace version, and that certainly would make a little bit more time to go all the way up to the back of the necklace and back. You asked if you could just sort of go up partially, tie some knots there, and then turn around and go back. Theoretically, yes, that would work, but here's why I don't recommend that. And I did give this advice in the individual comments as well. Fireline, which is what I used here, isn't meant to be a stringing material. that's what you would want to use something like a soft flex, a flexible beading wire. That's the kind of stuff you want to string with. Fireline really isn't meant to be a stringing material where you're just going to have one pass going through something, and you can't really expect it to hold up very well. It's really much more beneficial as a weaving medium where you're going to have multiple passes making something stronger. So that's why I really do recommend going all the way back up and all the way back down to make sure that you are reinforcing your bracelet or your necklace properly, because it would really be a crying shame to put all this beautiful work into it and to have something fall apart, or even worse, have it fall apart after you've given it as a gift. So I really do recommend that you take the time and you go all the way back up and all the way back down, especially for a bracelet where, bracelets tend to get caught on a lot of things. So that's really extra important in a bracelet, even more so than a necklace. But even though the necklace, it's going to take a little bit longer, really, if you really think about it, your needle is going to slide up through so much of those beads at once. It's really not going to take as much time as you think. And what's 10 minutes, added to the length of time to make the bracelet if it's going to make that bracelet last. So some people ask, can you make the longer section, the middle section longer? And absolutely you can. Again, if you want to double this, that would take 78 crystals, but you can make this as long, as short as you want. It's totally up to you. For the bracelet, I probably wouldn't do more than double it, only because this section is a little slinkier. It's not going to be the strength of the bracelet. The strength of the bracelet is here. So I probably wouldn't do more than double this length, because like I said before, bracelets can certainly get caught on things a bit more easily than a necklace. But for a necklace, go to town. Make this as long as you want. It would be an absolute stunner. And then what you could even do is, after you go to the 6 millimeters and then graduate down to the 4 millimeters, at that point you could also start to sprinkle in larger amounts of seed beads in between the 4 millimeters. So from 1 seed bead to 2 seed beads to 3 seed beads. And that's also going to be another way that you can more inexpensively add length to create that necklace, which again, I think for those of us who love making gifts for people, I think we're always looking to be budget conscious and see how far we can stretch our budget to make all those gifts for the holidays. So sometimes I think it's those little tips that'll really help you out. The last question that I did get a few times was if you could use a different sized crystal here. Now, you could certainly go smaller. Swarovski does make the little 2.5 millimeter bicones, which we carry. I would not go bigger than the 3 millimeter, only because if you go with a 4 millimeter crystal, this really isn't going to interlock as nicely. You're going to have a bit more thread showing. You're probably going to have a bit more movement. I mean, you already have like a little bit of movement here, but you're going to have even more movement. And then I think at that point you risk those crystals really sawing through that fire line. This is a delicate bracelet. This isn't a bracelet that you're going to want to go, you don't want to go play softball wearing this bracelet. You don't want to go outside and garden wearing this bracelet. It's a bit more of a lovely, delicate piece, but adding in a larger size crystal really, I think, does put into jeopardy the integrity of this middle section. So I don't recommend it. If you want to give it a shot, hey, give it a shot, take a picture, let me know. I'd love to see how it works out. But I think based on this design, I probably wouldn't go larger than the 3 millimeter. So that is pretty much it. Those are the questions that we got most often in the comment section, which was enormous. There were so many comments, and I hope that I did respond to every single one of them, whether it was from my own YouTube account or from the Eureka Crystal Beads account. I hope I didn't miss any. If you have any more questions, please feel free. You can comment below in this video. You can comment on the original video. We'll also link you to the original video below. If you're just stumbling upon our channel for the first time and you're just stumbling upon this video and you have no real idea what I'm talking about, check out the description box. We'll link you to this video to make the Swarovski Crystal Pavé bracelet. And for those of you who said that you're going to make them for gift giving, that's great. Send us a picture. We'd love to see it. Check us out on Facebook. Send us a picture, maybe via Facebook Messenger. We would absolutely love to see how they turn out. A couple of you have done that already, and that's really exciting for us here. So that's it. That's all for this video. Make sure to visit us on over at Eureka Crystal Beads for all of the materials that were needed to do this video, to do this project. And yeah, that's it. Have a good day.